Hey everybody, welcome back to my stream where I build SwiftUI apps live, sharing all the trials and tribulations and exciting parts of building something. I'm gonna say with your own hands, but it's software. I guess it's with your own hands. I'm typing it out. Um, Either way, I guess one small announcement is I have a contract right now, so my streaming time is going to be a little bit less than usual. Going to shoot for about an hour each weekday, and we'll take it from there. Hopefully, I can do more. Hopefully, yeah. But I guess at least the first week, I know I'm going to be super tired for a new project, But this is a really nice break. Let's see. So where did we leave off? I think we left off on. I guess I missed the stream Friday when I was having the sales call. I think Thursday was the last day we worked on this. So I don't remember where exactly we left off. Let's launch the app and take a look. I guess I could also look at the changes in Git. Oh man, looks like I was playing with some sort of accessibility settings. Uh, yeah, let's let's go ahead and set that back to normal. Like we have these teeny tiny little colons here. Oh yeah, I think we were trying to make a way to like scale the colons. Oh man, I'm not sure if that's what I want to work on today. Um, Definitely want to do something a little bit more, a little less spicy today. Um, Maybe something boring like filling out these timer detail screens. Oh, I can't help it. I really want this to work. All right, we're trying to get the font out. Oh man, I was trying to scale the colon by the current font size, and that just was not working with this whole resolve font thing. I think the width was 4 though. This is what happens. I say I want to work on something and then end up working on a different thing. Well, at least that's a fine place to leave it. Although the blinking isn't working now, and I guess I guess we have no way to stop a stopwatch right now. We can only convert it to a timer or delete it. We restart it, it starts blinking. The mysteries of life, mysteries of Swift UI. Okay, well, at least we're in a workable spot right now. So let's commit that at least. Yeah, we don't want this font business. I guess I should delete it from the from inside the Xcode project so it doesn't get corrupted. Where's that resolve font? Yeah, let's just delete that. trying to make active operation view that scales with font. Really tough time scaling with the font. Okay, now let's try the timer detail screen, which is here. Currently, I guess we're just showing if there were any runs for this timer. But I guess we also want to show let's see, we can make a section for this. Previous runs, we'll need another closed curly back there. And we can have like a starter section maybe. What do we want to see? I guess we want to see like the current time, I guess. So that might be like in an H stack, and then we can have like a title. Spacer, and on the other end we can say oh, interesting. So here we're just using the timer ID. We don't have the timer in our hands quite yet. Well, it's hard coded to 2 minutes, I guess, and we'll need to make a little timer loading helper like we did for the stopwatches. And hey, that looks okay. Probably one way to edit and stuff. Now let's go ahead and do the timer loading in our nav. We have our root nav routes. Yeah, and in here we have this stopwatch loading view, which takes stopwatch ID, and then the different, for example, the stopwatch detail screen isn't responsible for loading the stopwatch. It just gets one automatically. And the stopwatch loading view, if it's not found, then it shows like a not found screen. So let's create one for timers. Let's see, let's close other tabs. Where did I put this? Put this inside of the database folder. Okay. Here we could come up with a better place to put that. But this is fine. And we will copy paste and modify. This will be the timer loading view. Paste. Paste. Paste in lowercase. Paste. Paste. Paste in lowercase. Paste in lowercase. Paste in lowercase. Paste in lowercase. Paste. Paste in lowercase. Paste. Paste. Oh, these need to be lowercase as well. And are we building? Oh, missed this one right here. Now are we building? Yes. So now for our timer detail screen, we can say timer loading view with a timer ID. And the content will be the timer detail screen where we will pass in the timer. Copy and paste. Cool, that is looking good. Now let's make the timer detail screen receive a timer instead of a timer ID. This is pretty easy. We won't need to grab it from the database since it's passed in. Oh, that's to get the runs. Okay, we can still load the runs as a query. But this will be timer.id, I suppose. And this will be the timer. Text can be timer.duration. Oh, do we not have a? Oh, I guess we have the duration view. Right? This will be timer.duration. Show the hours if it has hours. And let's run it. Go to a detail screen. Cool. And we're getting that's the duration. See what else could this have? I guess this could have a timer name and the emoji as well. See, is timer detail the best name, or do we want the title to be there? How does notes work? I have my view as the list. Maybe that's not the best. Maybe for just the clock. There's different alarms. I mean, the label is just a field on it. I guess it could go either way. I think just to get something going, maybe we'll just show it as an item in the list for now. Text will be timer.name. And I guess these will want like a little bit of an edit button, or like a chevron to go edit it. Image name will be chevron.forward. And these will need to be buttons, but we can wait a hot second for that. Cool. And then I guess we have the visual. Do I have a visual helper view? I guess thing, the emoji thing. So let's look at the timer cell and see if we can grab anything from there. Active cell and the ready cell. Either one, I guess. the timer label view. Oh, this also shows the name. I feel like I want like a timer visual view. And I suppose put all this timer stuff. Do we want like a timer folder that we have these subfolders in, and then we have like the timer visual view in there? It's out timer, these in here. We have like use something like timer visual view. And this we can just grab from the other screen. Yeah, this label view, which actually this should come into um, the shared thing. Also, this duration business is shared as well all over the place. And a timer visual, I guess that's the, you just take the visual, it doesn't need the timer here. Um, yeah, like that. The timer visual view takes the visual and will, display it. If it's an emoji, which it's just text, it's an F symbol. I guess we haven't really implemented yet. Show that image instead. I probably want to scale these to each other to be the right size. I guess that's not quite a problem yet. So let's see. I guess, yes, this label view, say timer visual view with the visual from the timer. That. Now that we have this isolated, we can use this back on our detail screen. Cool. Then I guess the next step would be to make these tappable so we can edit them. Probably also want like a delete for this whole timer. Let's make these buttons. The empty space there. This label. Cool. So now there are buttons. So we probably need to do something to edit them. I guess these would be subviews underneath timer detail. Um, or alternatively, these are just little pop-ups that show up um, to edit these things. Regardless, that was a nice chunk of reorganizing. We made the timer loading view, and we organized some files. And we few more details on the detail screen. Okay, so do these want to be pop-ups or do these want to be new screens? I think if I touch the label here, I just want like our little keyboard controller to show up. Um, I think I just want like little floating pickers. And I have a keyboard view um, in a different project. I have one inside of Haptics Studio. So let's yoink it from there. Where is it? Oh, here it is. For keyboard view. How is this used? As an environment object. Okay. Um, yeah, I'm feeling better about moving all the timer stuff into here because now we can make a group for keyboard shared stuff. We can move the stopwatch stuff into its own group. We had keyboard controller and keyboard view. And I guess I can demo that real quick on why I want to yoink this. Um, here's Haptics Studio. This is in the App Store. Keyboard view happens when I tap this button and I get this nice little pop-up thing. Dismisses. You can edit it directly in here. Um, yeah. So I guess it is dependent on, it is tied a little bit to this app already. Because I guess, yeah, there's a little bit of helper stuff inside of here, including the accent. Cool. But we can fix that as we bring it in. Keyboard controller does not have an in-memory state, does not have a can be negative, does not have a tint color, which means we clean up a few of the initialization stuff. Oh, nice. This got quite a bit smaller. And then we had the keyboard view. I will yoink that as well from my other app. Maybe at some point it makes sense to make this a library. And actually, bringing it into this app will help tease out what's shareable and what is app specific. Content size category has no member is regular. So this is showing the minus sign to negate accent anymore. What was this is regular size? Let's take a look. I remember exactly what I was doing here. Right, I think I was just to say if I need a scroll view or not. Let's try always putting in a scroll view. Cool. So does it build? Builds. This is good. So then let's see, how did I use this keyboard controller? I think I provided it to app as an environment object. Yeah. And then that means that some folks got it out of the environment. And how did they interact with it? It said show keyboard, some initial text, and then on done, do a save. Okay. Environment object, we can have a keyboard controller. And then in our detail screen, we can grab the keyboard controller out of the environment. And then I guess to edit the name, the action would be keyboard controller dot show. Title would be edit timer label. Subtitle. I don't know. I don't know what it would be yet. Initial text. So this, I guess, would be the current name of the timer. And then on done, I guess here we would want to write to the database. True, that might be a little spicy. Do all here in this button like this. Um, let's go forward with it for now, and we can always clean up later, of course. This might be a good use to move this to the repository. Again, that's getting. We can, of course, do that change in a little bit. For now, let's just do it in here. I await. We'll say uh, timer record dot filter by the ID. So filter the ID column by the current timer's ID. And we will update all. How does this happen? So I think this is, we update the name. Like, yeah, set to. Then here we would say this this new name, which is a string, I believe is SQL expressible already. Oh, this needs to be double equals. Um, what is? Oh, we have two errors here. Oh, need to import the RDB. Yeah, this will be better off in a separate file. Um, what are we doing? This wants to be what? Where was the last time I did an update all? Oh, update all. So EB comes first, and then the assignment. Let's try this. All can throw. Okay, we're making progress. Build succeeded. Cool. So let's try that out. We have the timer. Nothing seems to be happening. Let's put a breakpoint. We hit this breakpoint. Do. Okay. Something is missing. I need to add keyboard views somewhere. Oh, right, it was a Z stack. Ooh, this was clever, wasn't it? It was a Z stack over the root tab view. Okay. So I guess that's on root nav. see, are we building? Okay, and then I will move these outside. And then if we click edit, we hit this breakpoint, and oh, it takes up the full screen. Oh, that's because it's a scroll view. Okay, let's take out that scroll view again. There we go. And if we edit it to say timer 5 and hit done, it updates. It's everywhere. Nice. Just need a better subtitle. The subtitle could be something like, what do you want to name your timer? Um, Maybe this should be like nillable and just we don't show it if there's no subtitle. Um, yeah, let's make it nillable. No keyboard, so subtitle can be nillable, default to nil. And we get one more build error here. So we'll say subtitle is here. And we'll show it. Otherwise, we won't. Oh, hey, look, it comes out as a decimal. All right. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Um, yeah. So we can move this part out of here to clean up this file a little bit and move it over to. We don't have a timer repository. Let's go ahead and make one. And we can be inspired by our own little copy paste here. This will be a timer repository. And what do things look like? So these are async themselves. Um, I guess it'd be something like update label, and we can take a timer record ID, async throws, and kernels of this will be just what we had before uh, this business. Oh, although I guess we'll do the writer.write try wait label, and we have the ID just here as timer ID. Result of call write is unused. It's a little surprising, but I think I remember that from the other ones. We just return and the warning goes away. Um, Fine, I suppose. Would be, I don't think it's because this does like it's like a generic thing, so it needs to like be an explicit return for the type checker to totally understand why, um, what type the type is. So the implied return here uh, doesn't doesn't work for it, I guess. Although I wonder if I explicitly say void, the implied return still doesn't work. Okay, well, we tried. And then another nice thing we did with our repositories is we set them up, um, yeah, as environment value. Yeah, environment value. So now that we have this set up on environment values on our detail screen, instead of getting a connection to the database, we can grab just the timer repository. And then instead of all this, we can say timer repository update label to the new name and to the ID of the current it again. We'll say maybe this is a Ramyun timer. And it goes ahead and updates. Um, Maybe we want to like trim any trailing white space before we save it though. Um, and this might be something that is tempting to put in the repository end because this is something that maybe everywhere we call update label from if we want to trim. However, we're trimming because it's coming from the UI. Therefore, I want to put it on the screen. I want to put this actually in the view because the view is the whole reason why we're doing this trimming. Cool. So we can edit timer 2. This is about an hour. We can call this roast beef or something, roast chicken. Veggies. we can go ahead and commit all that. So we made a copied in keyboard controller from Haptics Studio. Made a timer label. Made a repository for the timer, but I'm not sure that's necessarily interesting to this commit message. Oh, but I guess right before we commit, I think we could remove this import from. Let's try that. Still compile. Nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and commit. Oh, I got about 13 minutes left on my new schedule. I need to eat lunch and get to work. Let's see. I guess if we do the visual update, then we need to differentiate between. Need to make a nice picker for emojis and or SF symbols. That seems like quite a project. And we have a duration editor. I wonder how hard that would be to make a little bit of a keyboard view out of that. Um, Maybe it's just a popover that shows up like out of this. That could be a little funky. You like the idea of it being sort of at the bottom of the screen, the way that the keyboard is at the bottom of the screen, and not necessarily hanging off this in the middle of the screen. Um, so perhaps we need like something similar to keyboard controller um, that will, overlay things, I guess. Um, in that Z stack. And I guess we need to keep track of how many things are overlaying, huh? Um, hmm. Yes, keyboard controller is really based around text, right? I mean, this could take um, like a model to say like this is either a text or a duration. Um, because receiving the title and subtitle and a done action is still going to be the same. Then initial is going to be like the view model. Um, And I guess the view would be, yeah, a little bit different depending on if it's showing the keyboard or not. That that could be an approach. So instead of a text field with a focus state, it would it would be like that duration picker. Oh, this receives a binding. Yeah, I guess. Well, well, let's try something out. Let's see how this keyboard model, perhaps, perhaps a keyboard model, perhaps as text for a duration. And hmm, I guess we'd kind of bump into yeah, I guess it would be the current value. Yeah, the keyboard model would represent the current value. And the keyboard controller would be current value would be a keyboard model. I guess it can default to, the empty string just like before. I guess it would take an initial keyboard model instead of initial text. Done action would result in an outcoming keyboard model. Done action, yeah, returns the current value. And what is this error? Value of type environment object has no outcome text. Right. So here we do here we do switch. This would be, what was it? Text. Case duration. And for now, we'll just say the duration just to get something going. And then this business goes in here. How to produce diagnostic expression. Oh, hell yeah. cannot convert value type string to expected argument type binding of string. Does that mean we need to make keyboard controller generic? And there's one for text, and there's one for durations? Um, I guess that's how a text field reports back the current value is through a binding. So can't just um, oh, maybe we can do um, we can make a binding. We say I think this was something that I did in Haptics Studio. Let me take a look. This is close to what I'm talking about. I think it was in the yeah, this right here. This is kind of what I'm trying to do. Then you can pass in that binding right here. Let's paste this in. So get will be text. That will be self dot. I guess this will be the keyboard controller current value equal text value. Maybe. A. Oh, now because this could be anything coming out of here. Yeah, I guess that's one reason to make it generic. Then we need to actually have two of them. We need like a manager to show, make sure only one of them is showing. Um, well, one thing sneaky we can kind of do, one thing a little sneaky, we can say view is string self string, and then default case will return null. And then here we can say force and wrap it a little sneaky, but it will help us know if we're on the right track, I suppose. So we're still able to go here and change it to the Japanese spelling. It worked. It worked. It worked. Worked. Camera duration. Duration. We won't save for now, I suppose. Or I guess saving the duration will be. That's actually not that gonna. It's not gonna be that hard to do. Um, do the same trick, get a duration value out. Turn the duration. It's duration, otherwise nil. We'll need to write this method on the timer repo, which should be pretty easy. It can be inspired by ourselves with our own copy paste. Duration is a duration. Set the duration to the incoming duration needed. Okay, so then go to a timer detail, go to the duration. Still getting a text here. Why is that? Because this should, oh, yeah, I have it to set to a duration. Initial keyboard model value. So it starts off with an empty text. Yeah, so the current value is not dating. Not impressed. Impressed for Swift UI. Okay, well, I guess that's all the time I have for today. Um, we did get quite a bit done in just a little bit of time, though, which is nice. We we got some stuff going on the timer detail screen, and we are showing. Oh, this duration didn't even come back out through here. That's disappointing. We'll have to fuss with that a little bit more. We're showing details now. We made a timer repository to wrap our database calls to the timer so that our views can just get the timer repo from the environment. And we can edit names. We'll change this back to the Korean spelling. And because GRDB is live querying the database, we get the update right there in our view. Very nice. So obviously there's always more things to do. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 2 o'clock. Here's my updated schedule with my Twitter, App Store, GitHub, YouTube, etc.